Welcome back to the Rated R Pod. I hope that I didn't start too fast.
I think we're fine.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Alexis.
and today we're just gonna do a Jesus Talk / update because we have been MIA for the last 3 weeks.
We're not backslidden.
We just had I went to Missouri, and then we both went to Iowa, and then Allie got sick, and then spoiler alert, we have a podcast room, but it's in the works. So
it is in major works.
Yeah,
like the room is done, but the technology of everything is really in the. It's not clicking.
Like there's a disconnect.
There's
in
a
our brains,
huge
so we're
disconnect.
Gonna take it to. Hopefully, okay. Anyways, let's do our praise reports first.
Yes, praise reports. Do you want to start?
No.
Yeah, you're right. What am I thinking? Praise report. I was just telling Liz that I feel like my life has been so dull recently that I really. It was a sneeze. Oh, he's fine. My dad sneezed upstairs.
I thought he was puking.
No one can hear it. I'm glad that we just reacted. All right, so my praise report would have to be, well, probably the last few months. I hated driving. I've been over this in past podcasts about how I would get anxiety just even wanting to drive and stuff like that. But recently I've been doing so much better, and I'm not stressed, and I actually get through it, and because I actually have to, because I have to drive to work, so I have no excuse not to go. So thank God for God giving me a job to make me drive out to the church and everything. So anyways, that's my praise report. Breaking through, already broken through, but staying broken through. Yep.
Woo. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I have a really bad memory. I feel like I can't think back and remember the last 3 weeks.
It's just been so long. It's been a long 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I already said this, but Dustin got a cool training job on Sundays. He trains this group of, or this team of kids, and yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Wasn't aware.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you in.
I know. I was just thinking about that too. I'm I feel like I haven't talked to Liz in 3 weeks. I was now we shoot the pod together. And we're gonna have to shoot one. I'm I feel like I haven't actually talked to her in a while.
Yeah, but we're back.
We're back and better, and feel like nothing has changed. So we're fine.
So the podcast room. So this is how it all started. Should I say who?
I think he'll be fine.
Okay, so my brother Donovan called me one day, and he was just asking me random questions about the podcast. Then all of a sudden he's like, "So I have this gift card to GameStop, and
the voice is killing me.
You guys, I can get you guys mics if you guys want." And he was being so nonchalant about it. So then I tried to be nonchalant about it, but I was freaking out because I was "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to die! I'm gonna get mics for the pod." So he bought us mics for the podcast, which we're so thankful for. And then we're okay, so now we need a camera, and we didn't want to spend. We went to Best Buy, and the cameras were $1,000. We're no, we're not spending that much money. So then Allie's mom, Michelle. Oh no, I didn't just say Michelle. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the story. Had a camera just laying around, a really nice one.
Yeah, she's "Oh wait, I have a camera." After we went to Best Buy, I'm great.
Yeah. So we were okay, we have a camera for free. We're getting mics for free. Guys just dropping all this in our lap. And then we got a couch for free for the podcast room. So we were oh my gosh, we were all so excited. And then we ordered some stuff off Amazon to cords and stuff and stands. So we got all the stuff in. None of it worked together.
None of it.
Well, the mic stands ended up working.
Yes, the mic stands are good.
Them out, but
yeah, me and Liz. Yeah, that's a whole different other story. We'll get into that later, maybe.
Yeah. And so then we tried doing it with your mom's camera, and it didn't work because we didn't have the right cord. So then you guys tried with your
laptops, right? Yep, laptop. But for some odd reason, the two mics can't work at the same time in the computer.
They probably can. We just don't.
We just don't understand the technology aspect of it.
So Hopefully, the next pod you see, you'll see the new podcast.
Yes.
Because I'm so excited for it.
It's painted. We got the decor up. The couch is in and
We just need
everything.
blankets still.
Yes. Oh yeah, we do need blankets.
Yeah.
I do want that one Santa blanket.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Cooper just came down. Special guest. Anything to say, Coop?
Breathing is so loud. But yeah, so
Dude.
that's exciting news. That's our praise report.
Yeah.
We have a podcast room.
Yes, like as hard as it's been trying to figure things out and frustrating it is because we're like, what are we supposed to do? Like I feel like we're at a standstill with it when we thought we had everything going together. But now again it's coming together out of nowhere, which we're excited about. And hopefully by next week or even like this weekend it will be all set. Fingers crossed. Prayers appreciated because I'm ready and to be done with these.
Yeah. I miss the pod.
I do miss the pod. I miss because I do love like just talking Jesus and everything with Elizabeth. It's super fun. But
yeah.
And it's been so long. Oh my gosh, yeah. 3 weeks.
It feels longer because I feel like nothing has happened, but we've been doing so much
Yes.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Agreed.
So we're just going to do a little
Jesus talk.
Because that's what we do when we have
nothing else to talk about. We just go with the flow. It's a flowy Jesus talk.
Yeah.
Type deal. Well, I can start off. I was thinking about. I don't even know how I thought of this, but I texted Elizabeth because I thought I had an idea about like talking about how are we following God's plan or our own plan, and like that kind of ties with. I mean, not really with how our podcast room came together, but actually, no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. But like,
well,
if
we
it
thought
does,
it all was going to work out this way.
Yes,
and we got so
that's
excited,
true.
and then I feel like we got so let down.
So let down that it didn't happen.
And then we kept pushing back the podcast.
Yes,
like, wait, the room's going to be ready.
Yeah, the room's going to be ready. Yes. So it's just like
Cooper,
can you please? You're like killing the vibe, dude. I'm sorry, but like I love you, but please leave me alone. I love you. We can cuddle later, man. Okay. Anyways,
sorry to cut you. What were you saying?
It's okay. I have to think about it. So yeah, that's just an important thing to remember. Like, even we need to know like God is the author, right? He's the author of everything in life. But we also forget that he's the finisher too. So we have to trust and know like he knows the end, he knows the beginning. And obviously there's going to be bumps, there's going to be straight good paths along the way. But even when those bumps come, no, like God's going to have it under control and he will get us to where he needs it in his timing and everything. Kind of what I have.
You know what I was thinking? This is completely off topic. What you're
totally fine. It's a flowy thing.
I was thinking we should add a segment in where we like say which song we're currently like
I love
obsessed with.
I like that.
First?
I know it is. I know it's gonna be.
I'm so obsessed with The Wonderful Blood by Tiffany Hudson. I listen to it every single morning. Dustin probably so annoyed because every single morning I get up at like 6 and I turn that on straight away.
That's funny because ever since you showed me it, as soon as I wake up and I pray, that's my first song I put on because I'm like I need to start out.
Very like uplifting.
It's very good. Like it's just such a true song. Like just the title alone is The Wonderful Blood, and it's
so good.
I do really like that one. I also like what am I listening to recently? It's called I don't know who it's by, but it's called Up to Something. I can't remember. I wish I could. And I wish you had your phone. Liz lost her phone. Anyways,
that's another story.
I can't remember who it's by, but have you heard it?
No, I think I might have. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but if I saw it, I probably would know, but I can't remember. Sorry, Cooper just keeps...
Cooper is just like, dude is obsessed right now.
Someone else I'm obsessed with recently is Benjamin William Hastings. His song, If It Wasn't for Jesus and Set Me on Fire, I've been obsessed with.
Oh my gosh, I have that, and I have that literally on the top of my playlist, but for some reason I don't remember adding them, but I haven't listened to them.
I think I sent you one.
You probably did.
Yeah. You probably added them and then just
never listened to
it, per usual.
No, on the way to the volleyball game yesterday, Mrs. B, Jenny, was I don't know what to call her. Sorry, Mrs. B. Mrs. B was had her music on and she had that guy on and it was some. I think it was called Abandoned.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
a
song
really
too.
good song too.
What else have I been listening to lately?
I've been really into just a lot of just worship. Like I love a good upbeat song.
I do too, but most of the time I'm listening to
I'm a
worship.
big worship girl.
Yeah.
I don't, not that I'm questioning it, but like I feel like that's been my life ever since I was born. Well, ever since I got
I've
like
always
for sure
preferred
like
slow songs.
yes, because I just love like crying. Like if I have
love
to.
like being like feeling like that it's like a hum. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like a hum when you're like listening to a worship song and it's like good and like you just feel like a little like
And then you feel like you're
you
part
can
of the
just
band, and
settle.
you're like a background singer. You're like, let me add my little harmony
I
in
feel
there.
like I'm missing a song that I've been really obsessed with.
I feel I can't think anything now. All I think about is the Wonderful Blood one because now that's the
That's
first
been
song
my-
I put on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm in a standstill of thinking right now.
Oh, I like that one song. I can't believe how good the Lord is. I don't know the name of it. I sent that one to you too.
Wait, sorry, not to change the subject for you to be mad at me, but like you remember the song you were obsessed with for a long time? It was
What?
it was something like we sang it down here together. You're like, I can't remember what it's called. Something about I
This
thank the
is how
Lord.
I thank the Lord.
Yes, that song came up on my phone recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, Elizabeth was obsessed with this song. It was so good. I was like, why
It
don't I
still is
listen to this
good.
anymore?
I know, but this is the thing. I get super like hyper fixated on a certain song.
No, like,
Don't listen to it for another 6
like,
months.
what was the one song?
Like I can't.
On Time God? On Time God. I was obsessed for a good 3 months.
Yeah.
Haven't listened to it for probably 6
I listened
months.
to it the other day and I was like, that's so good, but I still can't listen to it.
Like when it comes on in prayer, like I'm sorry, but I'm like,
yeah,
can we change the song?
yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like it's my fault.
Yeah, because I overdo it. I really do.
I 100% overdo it too.
Anyways, another topic that I was gonna tell you that we should talk about is like disappointment.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah,
but
I
so
feel like I've
good.
been getting disappointed a lot lately.
It's true though.
not by like God per se.
Just like life in general.
Well, it's like okay, this is what I was telling Dustin the other day. It's like when you're expecting something from God, everyone says like you should have no like doubt, right? So you build up this like faith so high, and like they're always like you should see yourself doing what you want God to do for you. So then you like picture this, and your faith is so high, you have no doubt or whatsoever. And then when He says like not right now, it's just like disappointing.
It's deflating.
And it's not that I don't believe that God can still do whatever I was believing for. It's just like He didn't do it right now, and I had all of that like built up.
Yep.
So it just kind of like knocks you down.
Yeah, and then you don't want to get your hopes up again type deal. And then people are like, well, then you have to keep the faith. You have to keep the faith. It's like, I kept the faith. I had the faith, but then it didn't happen on when I thought was going to happen.
But obviously, God's probably just like trying, like, will you keep the faith even when...
and keep trusting even when it doesn't go at the time you want it to happen.
Right.
I totally get that.
And I feel like I still do, but it just doesn't take away from the fact that it was still disappointing.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like...
And that's such a real like thing that you just said, because like you can still you can allow yourself to feel that disappointment, but don't allow that to be the place you nest in and stuff like that, and keep that festering in your mind. Like, well, He didn't do it now, so like why should I? But like you can allow yourself to feel those emotions,
right?
But again, just don't stay there.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is another thing off topic I forgot that I wanted to bring up too. Is like, have you ever felt in your life? I know this is probably a good thing, but like it's also like, all right, do something. Like I've had this urge for so long that I want to grow in God, right? Like I want to grow in God. Like I'm not satisfied like where I am because I know I can go so much further. But yet I feel like I don't do anything to actually do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I've been stuck in that position, and I'm like, I feel like almost as if I'm in the same spot I was in last year around this time. I'm like, have I grown at all? And then I get so in my head, and I'm like, oh, I want to grow. But like, what am I doing to actually allow myself to grow? Yeah. Have you ever felt like a question for that?
I was kind of thinking about that when they were singing that song, Set Me on Fire. Is that what it's
tonight.
called? Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the? How does it go?
I
I
all
want
know
more
I want
of
more.
you,
Yep.
God. I was like, how many times have we all sung this in church and said we
Said
want more of him, and then
we
not
don't.
actually gone after it?
Yeah. It's so true though, and it's like so convicting. But like also like you need to have that, but
But
like
like, what
actually
do you
realize it.
do to get more?
Exactly like what like I know like and then like I catch myself doing everything other than what I know I could be doing is
Right.
like spending time in his presence or reading, and yet I have that in my head, yet I don't do it, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's so annoying because I'm so annoying.
Yeah.
Like I choose to not,
Right.
but then and then I think how like well am I doing it because yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and then maybe I'll change what I'm doing to go and do that. But then I'm like, am I making it almost as a duty?
Yeah. I know what you
That's
mean.
when you, but then I'm like, it's just like a constant thing in my head.
Right, because if you want more of God, that means like you read more, you pray more.
Hmm.
But when you first start doing that, it's not going to be something that you just do because you want to. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Yes.
if you already have this time you pray and already have this time you read and then now you want to add more onto it, it's like
Yes.
that part is just like I'm doing this because I want to get somewhere, but I
Yes.
don't really feel like doing this right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
That's exactly
I
it.
don't feel like that's a bad thing though
No,
because
it's, I mean,
eventually
at least I'm reading, you know, and like, I'm praying. But like, I don't want it to be like something like, uh, well, I already did all my readings. I already did all my praying time in the morning, but now I know I need to do this again. You
Mhm.
know, and I like what you just said. So it's just like I don't want that as my mindset. Like I just want it to be like, oh, I just want to spend time with God right now type
Yeah.
deal.
I feel like that comes by like making it a habit
Yeah,
though.
just make it
Like
like
it
a
might start off
persistent
like
type thing,
that,
like
but
consistent thing,
eventually
yeah.
it'll just be something that you
Hmm.
do.
And like it's great to be mindful of that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have it like that than me being so complacent, me just, oh, I read, I prayed this morning, I'm good
Yeah.
type deal. But yeah, that's where I am right now. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, what was I just gonna say? Oh, I've my school that I'm doing right now is about Revelation. I was really
Ooh.
nervous to start like this. I don't know if you want to call it a class. And okay, so the first couple of classes that I did were like super interesting. I felt like I was learning a lot, and then I did my Hebrews one. I did the big paper, and then like kind of took a break when we got married, and then started the Revelation one. And not to say it's boring, but it's just a lot of like it's just very factual. Like
Mhm.
everything is like answer this question, you answer it, and then there's like some short answer. It's just not as I don't know. I don't want to say interesting, but that's kind of what
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you gone? I can't remember what chapter it is, and it talks about the Church of Laodicea. Have you been there yet? Is that?
Yeah.
I remember reading about that story of how they. Is it like they feel like they have everything, but they.
Well, I can't remember which church is which
Oh, yeah, I
thing.
remember. I just remember reading that part of Revelation of them talking about Laodicea and how they thought they had everything, but because they weren't turning to God, they didn't have
They
it.
actually had nothing
They
at
had
all.
nothing.
Hmm.
That really stood out to me. That's something I liked about Revelation that stood out to me when I read that. I'm in Hosea right now for my study, and I am lost. Like that. Like I know it's like about
What
the
actually
process.
happens in
So
Hosea?
Hosea. So it starts out with Hosea, right? God tells him to go marry this prostitute Gomer, right?
Whoa.
Yes.
Why do I feel like I've never heard this
Hmm.
before?
So that's representing like so that's like Gomer is like representing the world and them hit us cheating on God, like
Hmm.
Israel cheating on God. I think. Am I wrong? Right, Dustin? Does that make sense? Okay, never mind. Okay, I think it's something like that. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's something like that. But so then it's pretty much representing that and like how God's a jealous God and he like wants all of us and like
Hmm.
stuff like that. And now like that was like the beginning of Hosea. But now like in these last chapters it's just like talking about like the judgment that's going to be on Israel because of them turning their back on God and stuff like that. But then chapters after those it's just like him saying like no I can't because like that's my people and I made that covenant with them. I'm not going to have that harsh judgment on them. But then I feel like it keeps going back and forth between those two things and I'm like God, Like, are you okay? Like, I know you're okay, but like this is confusing me.
Yeah, I feel like I've read Hosea but never studied it.
Mhm.
So I feel like I don't really know. I don't have
No,
anything to
like
say.
that's like
Basically.
I studied it out a couple months ago, and that's how I kind of remember. I'm like, wow, this is really interesting, and like how that works. And like he told Hosea, like return, like even though all the things that your wife has done, like turned your back on you and was with all the lovers of this world and stuff like that, return to her, love her, and show that compassion and love to her. And like that's him representing, like obviously Hosea's representative of God towards us. Like no matter how much we might have turned away from him and stuff like that, we turn to things of this world and not even looking to him. Like go, I'm coming back to you, and I'm still gonna love you even when you turn back to, like even if you don't turn back, like his arms are gonna be open to us and accepting us. And when obviously when we do come back to him, fingers crossed, that love will be there and stuff like that. And like he doesn't hold the past against us. Yeah, interesting.
Oh, we need to get back on our memory verses.
I remember. Do we even which one did we pick?
We were gonna do all of them again.
Yeah, we have to do that. Like we have to do that.
I don't want to say this Sunday because
No.
we probably won't have time.
No,
but, like
maybe
the
next Sunday.
after that. Yeah.
Agreed.
Our Bible reading right now is all in Psalms.
Liz. Like, I was gonna bring that up to you, but I'm lost.
No, because okay, so we're doing it in chronological order, and at first it was doing like Chronicles
Mhm.
and then a Psalm to go with it.
Yes,
so you're
and
like,
now
oh,
it's
this
like-
is why David wrote that.
Mhm.
But now they're all Psalms. So I'm
It's
like, what
all
is David
Psalms,
even talking
and like
about?
so he goes from I love the Lord, and I'm like, God, where are you? It's like
Yeah.
such a switch.
I wish it was like had a story to go along with it, but I
Yes.
guess like not every story is in the
Mhm.
Bible. But
Yeah.
I'm just confused at
Like,
what
I'm-
David.
I try to read the little like italicized thing in the beginning before it starts reading to me, just to like figure out like, are you okay? Are you happy today? Or
Yeah.
are you struggling today?
But isn't that how we are?
No, like that's literally such a yeah, it's such a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'd be
Of emotions.
I'd be so David. Like every second.
It's hard to like obviously not live by your emotions, but that's kind of hard to do.
It's hard.
Easier said than done.
Way easier said than done. Way easier said
I literally was writing in my prayer journal this morning, and I was like, I feel really emotional. Like I'm just putting that out there, God. I feel really emotional today. So
prayers.
prayers are much needed. You know the verse we memorized where it's like, Satan desired to have you that he might sift you as wheat, but I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not. I'm like, I quote that. I'm like, please pray for me today.
Please pray for me. That's funny. Well, not funny, but like it's so true.
Yeah. Anyways, word of encouragement. Unless
Word
you
of
have anything else
encouragement?
to say.
I don't think I have any. Do you have anything else? Yeah, I don't have anything else. Word of encouragement is keep fighting the good fight of faith, because especially now
Oh
and
yeah.
today, like 100%, like if you don't have your faith in God, you're going to literally crumble
Mm-hmm.
as a cookie, like 100%. Like I'm 100%. I can't say that enough. Like I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my faith in God, because I feel like I can't watch anything without feeling depressed in this world. It just continuously gets worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And if we keep our eyes on that and stuff like that, like obviously you're gonna be down and like defeated about that. So like continuously just allow yourself to know that God's plans are way better than anything that we could have planned, and have faith in knowing like he is the author and the finisher, and we know like even in the end that the victory is already ours as long as we keep our eyes set on him and allow him to do the work in us. But it's also us doing our part in our walk with him and continuously picking up our cross, following him, walking in the spirit, and we aren't going to fall. And even if we do stumble, like, no, like, he's gonna come and back and pick us up. So, yeah, just keep fighting a good fight of faith.
I guess mine. Like go back to what I said about disappointment. Like, don't let disappointment like put space between you and God, or like keep you from like doing what He's called you to do. Because even if you feel disappointed, it doesn't mean that He's not going to use whatever you're learning from this disappointment for your good still.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yep. So this is
Pray
our
for our podcast room.
pray for the podcast room. Pray it comes together.
Yeah.
Because I am so ready. It's so cute, you guys. It's so cute. I can't wait. But yeah, it should be up and running soon. Okay. Bye.